Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I was gonna do a get ready with me, but my face is so irritated over here. It's so itchy. I'm wondering if it's from using this new e.l.f. primer that I used yesterday, but it's so, my skin is just so irritated that I just was like, oh, I can't do any makeup today. So instead of doing a get ready with me, I just thought I'd sit and talk to you guys about my Shane Dawson and Jake Paul video and my sobriety stuff, just everything that's been going on. Thank you guys so much for your concern. I posted that video. I didn't even remember it. It's awful. I was getting comments and some people seemed to be concerned, and I would see in my notifications like part of the comments, and I'm like, where are these comments coming from? Like, what video, are these on? I think this was on Friday or Saturday or something. And then I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is this video? And I watched it and it was just so embarrassing, so awful. I didn't even know what I was saying when I watched it. I was like, I didn't even look up that therapist. Like, I looked up somebody that I thought was her, I think, that Katie lady, but like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was Skyping with a friend, and then I guess I just got too into the Jameson, and I apologize. I never want to upload like that mess. But it was a good thing in a way because I do have it still. It's just private. But I wanted to like keep it instead of completely deleting it because I'm like, anytime that I feel like drinking, I'm going to watch that video. And I'm not even sure why I decided to freaking film something. Like, it's so crazy. So that day, so Wednesday night, last Wednesday was my 9-year wedding anniversary with my husband, Bob. And I had like 3 beers that night, and that was it. And I forgot about those beers because the next day, I had the other 3 in the morning before it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, I'll go down to this little bar that like opens at 7 o'clock in the morning. A lot of factory workers go there, like when they get off the night shift, and I can drink more. And I was like, no, I shouldn't even have had those beers this morning. I'm just gonna say fuck it. So I took Laddie for a walk and I was feeling good, but by 3 or 4 p.m. that day, I was hammered. And it's weird because it's like, sometimes I'm really anxious. Sometimes my depression is worse on some days than others, and I feel like the need to drink just to numb myself. And then other times I'm in a good mood. I've done all my stuff for the day and I just want to like relax and drink. And those are the times when I can actually have a couple of drinks. But I think on Thursday I was disappointed that I ruined my streak because I was almost at 3 weeks of being sober, and I decided to have those couple beers that night, and I think that I felt bad for it, and then feeling bad made me want to drink more. You know what I mean? It's just, there's so many different emotions that like go into it, and I was feeling like kind of just stuck last week. I don't know, just like a little lost. I was feeling, I was missing my grandmother a lot. And, when she passed away, I was sober for quite some time. And I think that, I don't know what it is. I mean, I thought that I grieved, I guess you kind of just always have to grieve over and over again at times. And I was just missing her so much, and I wanted to think about her, but it was making me sad, and then that was like messing with my anxiety, and I didn't have my Zoloft in a few days, so I was just sort of like all over the place. And it's weird to have that feeling, especially if you don't have any addiction issues. It seems so easy just to be like, don't drink, And for other people, oh, just don't shoot up or don't take pills, you know, and it's really not that easy. It's just, I'm trying to give you like a peek inside of my mind, because I know that, okay, this is sort of like a hunting, you know, it's a middle class, you know, like neighborhood and stuff, but there are bars everywhere around me, and it's hard to go out of my house and go somewhere and not be across the street from a bar, or see that my buddy Jeff is working over at the hot dog and beers place and go in there and chat and stuff. But in my mind, I'll keep saying, like, you know, you're gonna feel like shit if you drink. You know that you're gonna eat like shit if you drink. You know, don't do it. But it is this craving, this feeling that just like encompasses like all of me until I have that drink. And I used to be a person that could have a couple of drinks. I'm not an everyday alcoholic. I'm more of like a binge drinker. So when I drink a lot at one time, or I'll drink a couple days in a row, you know. Luckily this time it was just twice in a row, but I didn't get drunk like the night before that. I had a couple of beers. I was fine. I think that it's harder being, not harder, but I think that being a binge drinker type of alcoholic is rough, because you're not always overdoing it. You know what I mean? Like, there are moments when you're just having a glass of wine with dinner. You're just hanging out watching a movie, having like 2 beers. I can do that sometimes, but then I guess the sickness just comes in and I overdo it. Or like if I go to like somebody's house, they're having like a get together, I can control myself pretty well now. I wasn't always able to do that. But there are times when I have made plans with people where I knew that there's going to be alcohol there, and I knew that my anxiety's bad, I'm not feeling that great today, I know I'm going to overdo it, so I would break plans with them. And I wouldn't tell them the real reason. I would just be like, oh, I'm not feeling well, or something like that, because I know I could just go and not drink, but it's much harder when you're in that environment and you're around it all the time. And so that's why sometimes I would just stay home, because I just didn't want to overdo it. I didn't want to overdo it and embarrass myself, which I have done plenty and plenty of times. I've been carried out of bars. I've been like so drunk, like I don't know what's going on. Like, I have fallen many times. When I went to see cow decapitation, it was like 2 years ago, maybe now. My husband had to get me out of the car and put me in my grandma's wheelchair and wheel me into the back of the house because I was so wasted. And that's what happens when you hang out with bands. And so he's bringing me through like the back door, but when we reached the patio, the wheels of the wheelchair hit like this like crack, and I went flying face first into the cement, and I thought I broke my nose. I still sort of have like a little bruise underneath here, but I have a very squishy nose. It's like I have like no cartilage or something. Like, it's just a weird nose. Bob calls it my strega nona. I guess that was like a book of this old Italian woman, and had a nose like me, I guess. Anyway, that was awful, because if I couldn't get into the house, how the fuck was I standing drinking like at the venue? I think I like took a shirt, and then I just don't even remember. Like, he had to tell me most of it. So it sucks, because there are moments when I just want to be like social, you know, and just drink a little bit. And sometimes I can, but I know that eventually I'm going to go back to it. It's kind of like whenever I quit smoking, I smoke now, but when I have quit before, it's like you go so long without one that you think you can have one when you have a drink, or you think you could just have one a day or one a week, you know, and then you just go back up to smoking every day, you know? And I just feel so bad that you guys had to see me like that. But I'm also glad that you guys were like so supportive, like DMing me and like, asking me how you guys could like support me and stuff. That's insane. That's friggin' awesome, you know? I expected more hate from it, but I mean, really, any of like the meaner comments were like true because I was drunk, or people just didn't know why I was acting the way that I was. And I mean, it's crazy that you guys are like that awesome, that you would notice that there was some difference in me and that you would care. So I really, really appreciate that. Moving forward, I'm just trying to not drink each day. Talking about it, like, I like the taste of beer. Miller Lite I like because it doesn't make me too bloated, but like, I like that nice cold beer, you know? But I know that if I do it, I'm going to be screwed. And my husband and I right now, we're saving up money. We want to get a house with like some more land. Because I need to have some goats. I'm going to have 3 goats. They're going to be named Rick Moranis, Chaos, and Tugboat. And, that's my dream. And so I think once I get out of here, I will do a lot better because I live by 2 of my ex-boyfriends, one of which is on the Megan's Law site for being a you know, what is it called that I can't remember, but, yeah, so he is a sex offender, so that's great. And then the ex that I'm going to do a couple videos about, he lives close to me, and it's like, there were like 10, 11 years involved with that. And like, everything just reminds me of something. It's like the rat paradise experiment. You know, once they took the rat out of that environment and put it somewhere new, it never went to the water that had morphine in it. You know, you guys should read about that if you haven't. It's pretty interesting. One of the reasons why Prague decriminalized like drugs, and they really help their people. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I think, though, that once I can get out of here, I might feel better. It'll be just a different environment, a different location, you know, and hopefully not around so many bars. So, also with like, sorry if this moves, my arm kind of hurts. I was playing some Frisbee with Laddie, and I think I like pulled something, but, I think that, like, my anxiety is very bad, and I think that some people feel like anxiety is just being nervous, and I don't know if any of you suffer from anxiety. Well, I know a couple of you do because we've talked, but with me, I can't sleep. I need to take half of a Klonopin or melatonin or valerian root, something. And I feel like I can't swallow. That's one of the biggest things that happens to me is I feel like I can't swallow. I have like heart palpitations. It's just insane. It is a physical feeling, you know, hyperventilating, all of that stuff. The way that I'm breathing, or I feel like I can't breathe, you know, these panic attacks. So when you have anxiety and when you've lived with it since, you know, for like 20 years now, it's sad, and sometimes the medication isn't working or the medication makes you feel worse. And it's easier for me to just go get a couple beers and pass out so I can sleep and just not think about it. Like, it's awful to say that, but that's pretty much what it is, you know? And I just wanted to be really open with you guys. I have never felt like scared to tell you guys anything, but the only reason why I hesitate sometimes is because anytime like I say something that's like personal, there are family members that'll end up seeing it, especially if I accidentally share it on Facebook, and then they like, oh, I saw your video, are you okay? Do you want to talk? Do you want to go out to lunch? Well, no, I don't. It's different. It's like, this feels safe and comfortable, and having the support from you guys. Now, don't get me wrong. I am so grateful that I have people, you know, family in my life that support me and care about me. And I don't take that for granted. It's just sometimes there's just some things that I don't want to talk about or talk about with certain people. And this is like an outlet for me. And I feel comfortable sharing stuff with you guys that, like, when I end up seeing a family member and they try to corner me and talk to me about anxiety or give me a paper of breathing exercises, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't need that, you know? It's Bob and you guys are enough. So, and he has been really, really great. I don't think that he really got, like, the severity of my anxiety and stuff, like, when we first met, because I'm not sure he knew that that's why I would, like, drink a lot, you know, but he has been, like, the perfect balance of understanding and, you know, not putting up with my bullshit, keeping me accountable, things like that. So it's really nice. Like I said, we celebrated our 9-year wedding anniversary. I know this is just supposed to be about my sobriety, but a couple of you guys asked, because we're still supposed to do the eyebrow video and actually talk about some things, but asked about, like, our first kiss, how we met. Like, those were, like, the 2 main questions. So I thought, well, I'm talking about them, so I'll tell you guys. My ex-boyfriend, Jason, he's my best friend, aside from Meatball. And he, when Jason and I were together, we were going to metal shows like 3 times a week at least, you know? And we went to, like, some local shows and stuff, and, his friend Bobby was playing in a band called Crush, and Bob, my husband, was the vocalist. Now, we met at Jason's birthday party in April of 2008, and I really liked him. I thought he was cute, but I was taken, so it wasn't like oh, I want his, you know, the D or anything. I just thought he's attractive, and we just kind of hit it off, you know, and we became MySpace friends, and so we would kind of keep in touch. He would tell me about shows that he was playing, but, like, I, you know, didn't, you know, really go. And this is all during a period where my ex-boyfriend Rob and I are like, what are we gonna do? So it's a whole big thing. But anyway, the way that we met was I went to go see his band perform. Jason ended up telling him that I liked him. He got my phone number. I got his. We texted. We ended up being, like, official. He asked me to be his girlfriend. He was like, do you, like, want to be my girlfriend? This was after, like, he came over, we were talking to each other, and I just, like, wanted to kiss him so bad, and he just would not shut up. So I just, like, dove at him and gave him, like, a kiss, and I was like, yes, this, like, feels great. And he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, you know. And we were out drinking after one of his shows, and we joked around about getting married, and then when we were sober, we still felt like it. Oh my goodness, my dog scared the crap out of me. I'm so sorry. I think UPS is here. But anyway, so we met while he was performing a show, and we... Laddie, it's okay. I'm so sorry. I should have just wrapped this up before he did that, because his bark is pretty, like, annoying, so I'm very sorry. But that was our first kiss and how we met. But I'm gonna save, like, the embarrassing, fun stories for when we're together. Come here, babe. Come here. Because after 9 years, like, we have this a loving hate kind of thing, you know, like, so when you live with somebody or with somebody all the time, it's like, yes, they irritate you, yes, they get on your nerves. Laddie, babe, it's okay. You want to come up here? It's okay. I'm so sorry, guys. He's adorable, though. But anyway, so I want to save those questions for when we're together, because obviously we do things that irritate the shit out of each other. I know that you guys have probably seen my tweets about his Jimmy legs. It's so hard for me to sleep. And then when I can sleep, I've got his Jimmy legs kicking me in the shins, you know? Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about, like, what was going on with my video, and, like, that's why I took it down, because I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. Laddie, I love you, please. It's okay, babe. Maybe Bob's home. I don't know. So I just wanted to be, like, completely open with you guys. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I mean, I am very aware of the mistakes that I make, and I'm hoping that that one will never happen again, but more so that I can trust in the fact that you guys are going to hold my ass accountable, which is awesome. And that, you know, when I'm going through something like that, like you guys have said, you know, you could text me and give me, like, you guys give me your number, or we already had exchange numbers, or you DM me, like, if you ever need to talk, and I don't reach out as much as I should, you know, maybe because I don't want to bother anybody, you guys are just awesome. So I apologize beforehand if I start hitting you guys up a little bit more often, but I would, you know, much rather have conversations with you guys than go down that road again. So since I think it was Friday, yes. So this Friday, it'll be a week that I've been sober. So, you know, a week is a week, you know, and hopefully I can just keep going. And, you know, one thing, just because it popped in my head just now, you guys, when I follow you guys back on Twitter, you'll, like, send me a thank you or a DM thanking me, and I'm like, thank you guys. Like, it's awesome, and I've been trying to check out all of your YouTube channels and, like, subscribe and stuff, so I didn't get to everybody yet, but I'm working my way through. But I just think it's, like, so awesome that somebody would care that I followed them on Twitter. And I care that you guys follow me. You guys are freaking hilarious. It's just great. So, I mean, just thank you guys so much for being there, and caring, and, I mean, being, like, so supportive and awesome. Like, I mean, I didn't expect this when I started doing YouTube. I don't know really what I expected. But anyway, I do have a Slay and Shade coming up, later this week, and I have, where I have my, like, little setup to film, the eyebrow wax kit is right here. He opened it. He learned how to use it. I just need him. So, I'm like, even if it's, like, late at night or something, and we can, like, do it and have fun, and I can put it up, like, later in the day, or if you want to edit it, let's just get it done. So, I'm gonna try to get him to do that. I will, I did do a video called Love Toxicity, and that was the first video about my ex, but there's no audio to it, so I have to do that one again. So that will be coming for any of you that have been in a relationship where you've either been, like, super codependent, or, you know, somebody was possessive with you, or made you feel crazy, and, like, everything was your fault, and could not take any accountability for themselves. Maybe you can relate to it. And the same goes for you guys. If you ever need me, I can be slow at responding to DMs and to texts, but I will get to you, I promise. If you guys ever need me, I will be there for you guys too, you know. So just thank you. Thank you so much, and hopefully we will not have another Drunk Jamie video anytime soon. Oh, I figured out why I did not get my YouTube pin, because my legal name in the AdSense account was Panicked Antics. So, so I should be getting, like, my payments soon, and we can decide what we're gonna do with the money. I'm really, really excited to see what you guys choose to do with it. And yeah, so thank you guys for sitting through this. If you made it this far, I know it was just me talking, but I feel a lot better. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Maybe if I film when I feel like drinking and just, like, talk about how I'm feeling, maybe that will help. And I can, like, make sure I put in the titles, like, what it's about, so that you guys don't click on the video and you're like, this ain't a Slay and Shade, or this isn't drama, this is just her bitching. So if you want to watch it, then you can. I apologize again for my dog. He's wonderful though, and I can't kick him out of the room because he'll cry. And yeah, thank you guys for holding me accountable and calling me out on my shit. And I love you guys. So I will see you in the next video. Love and hugs. Bye.